All right, boom. How should we introduce these lovely ladies that we had today on this episode?
Hello.
All right, you guys got to say your name first.
Okay.
My name is Natalia. You guys can call me Nat. I am a lash tech from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and expanding, but we'll get into that.
Period.
And my name is Sal, and I help Nat. Let's get into it.
All right, boom. First question. I'm gonna just ask you straight off the rip, or would you like to go first?
I think you should go first.
All right, boom. Straight off the rip. What made you? Okay. Where'd you get the name Glowinfused from?
Okay,
Like, how you think of Glowinfused and how you think of your logo? Because your logo's pretty cool.
thank you. Well, with my logo, I had help because I don't think I'm very creative in that aspect. But my name, I feel like I'm the type of person, like, whatever, everything happens for a reason. Like, whatever you think first, like, that should be it because it obviously came to your mind for...
That's the first thing you thought of?
Bro, I was literally like, Glowinfused? And I'm like...
Glowinfused? Fuck it.
I knew I didn't want lashes in it.
Yeah.
I feel like I wanted to be different. You know, everyone has lashes, which is fine, but I knew I wanted to expand in the future. So having lashes in my name, it wouldn't help me.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Mhm.
I think, like, when I think back to when you first started, I know people were, like, confused as to why you called it Glowinfused and not, like, people were criticizing, like, why not lashes by,
Yeah.
lash by, because,
'Cause she's different.
yeah, but
Yeah.
no, at the time, Glowinfused, like, because people didn't anticipate the trajectory of her business, I think it didn't make sense at the time, but I think her business has really grown and flourished into Glowinfused.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, kind of glow, like, you glow, you know? Infused. Like, I feel like anything that I do, I want it to be infused with, like, amazing things.
Yeah.
Like, glowing.
You want
so-
anything you do to glow, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
feel
that. I like
feel
that. And it really leads into the next question, the question I really wanted to ask you myself.
Go for it.
So, looking at how young you are and all the things you're doing at your age, it can be fair to guess that this is far from your ceiling. So, I wanted to ask if there's anything you currently have planned beyond Glowinfused. Glowinfused,
yeah.
sorry.
Yes. So I have things planned for the actual brand itself. You know, I want to expand into my products, not just do lashes. But aside from Glowinfused, I feel like my business does help me with what I want to do in the future, and I want to get into properties, buy houses, and you know.
She wants to do everything.
So, like,
Yeah.
glow real estate?
Glow
As you
No,
should.
she wants to do everything. She wants to do everything. I
I'm the
promise
type of
you that.
person, yeah, like I just want to do everything.
As much
and
as you
anything.
can.
As much as I can. Like, you shouldn't, everyone has so much potential, so it's like, why limit yourself, you know?
Yeah, and
Yeah, right.
weren't you doing, like, that whole veterinarian stuff?
Yes. So, I love animals. Like, my passion, like, I love animals. So, I've always wanted to become a veterinarian, but younger me would always tell myself, like, oh, like, that's a lot of work. Like, don't do it,
Yeah.
which, guys, it is a lot of work. But you always just have to test things out because you don't know if it's going to work for you or not until you test it out. So,
It sounds like you did it.
yeah, so I would volunteer. I like to volunteer like a vet tech, but that's completely different from becoming a veterinarian. Like, that's a doctor. So I am in accounting. I go to school, Rutgers Business School, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just do animal science? Like, why don't I just become a veterinarian?
Just like cherry on top. Why not?
Exactly.
She literally went from accounting to, like...
She's like, I'm accountant, dog mom,
Yeah.
business. I'm gonna just do it all.
So I switched my major to animal science, and
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Do you like it?
Well, I'm not doing that anymore
Oh.
because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. But you know what? I was upset when I realized, like, I don't want to do this anymore just
Yeah.
because, like, that's my passion. And if I could do that for the rest of my life, I would love it. But it's a lot of sacrifice that I wasn't willing to do right now. But I gave it a shot. And you know what? Like, it makes me feel better that at least I tried it.
Tried.
Yeah, that's mad cool. A lot of people don't even ever get that chance in life to, like, just try to do something new.
Yeah.
And then they're like 30 years later, they're just like, damn, should I have tried?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
in school.
You got closure with that. You're like, oh, I like it.
Exactly. I'd rather know that, you know, it wasn't for me than regret it. Like, oh, damn, I
Yeah.
should have done it. What if it was for me?
Right.
And
Like
it's
closure, like you said.
it's
Yeah.
really good to be honest with yourself. Like, you know, if you can't do something, you can't do it. It's better to do that than pursue it, continue to pursue it, and then finally you get your degree and you're like,
I don't even like this.
Yeah.
yeah, like what the
No,
fuck?
but and the good thing about her is, like, she was like, okay, I whatever, I'm not gonna do this. But she had, like, since she likes to do everything, she had a bunch of million other things that she
Yeah.
tried out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if a shoe doesn't fit, try on the next size. Type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And how long have you had Glowinfused? Like, have you ever had a job?
Yeah. no,
No,
that's
yeah.
not the question.
Like,
no.
does-
But I know I'm saying because like I was literally gonna say like ever since I know Natalia,
I feel like I've been doing.
she's
this
always
for
been
the
working.
longest.
Like
Yeah.
always had a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kiosk at the mall type shit. Like,
Yeah.
always.
Oh yeah, so you're a hustler.
I feel like
Humble
I'm very.
She's a Capricorn. She's a Capricorn. She's a
It's
Capricorn.
Right.
in me. My big three.
It's in me, not on me.
Exactly. So I started working when I was like 14, 15 at the kiosk, the mall. Honestly, if you've never worked at the mall,
It's a humbling experience.
it's a very
It's a humbling experience.
If you've never worked retail.
Bro, oh my god. So I worked at the mall. I had 2 kiosk jobs at the same time when I was like 15. And then I started working at like a shoe store, call it Spring.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this anymore. People were rude as hell and I wasn't up for it.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, you know what? Let me get into waitressing. So I started like working in the restaurant business. And it was cool. I got to meet a lot of people, which like I like that.
Yeah.
And it was very fast paced. Like that's one thing about me. I'm very fast paced. And like So was saying, like I like to do everything, you know. And like once I think about something, I want to do it. I'm very fast paced with it. I hate wasting time. So I really like that job because of that.
Right.
But then again, if you work in the restaurant business, they're very unfair people. They mistreat you, especially like as a woman. Like they just look down on you and
Yeah.
I was-
Like, what's a very humbling experience you got that you were like I don't know, like you gave some dude something and he just like almost spit in your face type shit, like crazy.
Well, honestly, thankfully, I feel like no one really tested me.
Disrespected you on that
Disrespected
level.
me to that level because I wouldn't allow myself to get disrespected like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like in all of my jobs, I feel like I had a very good relationship with the owner or the manager because I kind of put my foot down. They knew not to like take advantage of me, and at the end of the day, like a boss likes that, you know, like
Yeah.
they're not gonna take advantage of me, so it's like they're intrigued in a way, you know.
Yeah.
So I got that relationship. So, but that is also the reason why I quit my job and that experience that basically humbled me.
Yeah. But what's
But-
interesting, I think, is that when you were starting your business, like there weren't that many people that had that mentality where like I want to be my own boss type thing. I
Yeah.
feel like
That's true.
I want to be my own boss trend. I'm gonna call it a trend.
It is a trend.
Because
If
there
I'm
was,
being honest,
there
it's
was
a trend.
point,
It's definitely
like
a trend.
almost right before quarantine, where like everyone was posting on Instagram, like, "Why are you still working for someone else? Like working to get other people rich?" type thing.
Which I feel like is very unfair.
Yeah, it's
to say.
unfair, which
It's
we can
very
talk about.
unfair.
But I'm
Yeah.
gonna say like
Yes.
you started Glowinfused at a point where like it was like a huge risk. Cause
Yeah, it
you
was all or
didn't
nothing.
know. Yeah, you
It
didn't
was an
know.
all or
And not only that,
nothing.
but we were in high school.
Yeah.
So like imagine being in high school in general is like kind of hard. So imagine having
Yeah.
a business on top of that.
Yeah, I literally remember the day I not really quit because again I was so close to. This is a different restaurant job. I was really close to the owner, and he's the one that honestly like pushed me. He was like, "Do it, like just quit. If you have to quit, if you need my help, like just do it." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I just saved up a little bit, obviously,
Yeah.
in case like I don't know shit goes bad. I saved up. I told him peace out, and I just started from there.
That's
how
crazy.
Long did it take you to actually get the ball rolling?
Maybe like 8 months.
Damn,
8
that's a long
months.
time.
It was a long time. I mean, I would work like every day, but I feel like to actually get the ball rolling,
Yeah,
that people actually like knew who I was, like knew my work, and like okay, like you know why I
Yeah.
see this girl it was like 8 months. You know, before that it was like a lot of work. It was hard.
What do you think was one of the biggest sacrifices or hardest challenges in getting settled in entrepreneurship?
Challenges, at least in my industry, is building a reputation for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's so saturated, like the market, and everyone's doing lashes, really standing out is something you have to work really hard for, you know. And you sacrifice going out with friends, like you sacrifice like money financially, like you have to like really put yourself out there. You have to invest in yourself.
But I feel like I don't know if this is fair to say, but I feel like when you started, people, one thing that can be a struggle too, who was really getting their lashes done on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Like lashes, I feel like now is really an addition to like a girl's like
Yeah.
beauty routine. But like back then in high school, who was really spending money to go out and get their lashes
Especially
done?
because
Yo,
we were young.
that's
Especially
facts.
when
That's
we
what
were
I'm
young.
saying. I feel like that's so hard to build like clientele because people are not only are they questioning you like, you know, what is this?
Yeah.
Because at the time when you started, I feel like I didn't even know what.
I
lash
remember you were like,
extensions-
I don't want to get lashes.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, why would I trust someone like touching my eyes like that? Like, I don't know. And now, like, I go
Yeah.
like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, that had to be a huge struggle to build a reputable clientele
Yeah.
to actually believe in you and go back to you, you know, twice a month or however long they go back.
And it's crazy because at the time it may have seemed like such like why am I doing this sometimes? Like you might have thought that to yourself. But
Yeah, like my old job made me more money at the time.
But when we look back, it's like, damn, that was a perfect time. It was before a lot of people
the
were
wave.
doing it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like, it really is. I do consider you an OG because
Pioneer.
The lash techs that were around at the time when she was starting out, I feel like some of them aren't either lashing anymore or like they don't take their business that seriously, where they're not really consistent on social media.
Exactly. That's the thing, and like it kind of goes with the fact that the market is so saturated, but it's not everyone takes their business as serious as like me and other people do.
Yeah,
so that's
I think
kind of they get forgotten.
Yeah, I think the saturation of the market discourages people. Like they're like, damn, like if I drop the ball and I don't work anymore, like this girl, my clients can just go to someone else.
I mean, it happens to myself even nowadays. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, there's so many lash techs. Like people are doing this, people are doing that in like the lash industry, and I kind of get discouraged myself. But you know, you just have to
keep going.
Yeah.
Push through it.
And honestly, bro, if you're genuine and if you really work hard, it's easy to see. It sheds through your work.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Not only that, but I feel like on social media, I don't know, like for men, but I feel like for women, when we're looking for a service provider, I'm stalking your page. Like, I need to see who's doing my nails or whatever, who's touching me, like, what are you about type thing.
Yeah.
And I know guys, I don't know if you guys think about that, like if you're looking for a barber
Definitely.
or something. So I feel like,
they do.
yeah, so
They
like, on
definitely
social media, if I'm going to like a new lash tech or like a new nail tech's page, I can tell when you don't take yourself seriously.
Yeah, you gotta know who you messing with.
I can tell when you and I are not gonna like click. I'm not gonna book you, because if we're not gonna click, what's the point of me wasting my money with you?
Yeah.
Especially if you're not taking yourself serious. Like
Off the bat.
Yeah.
That makes me want to ask you.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you're very interested in marketing, correct?
Yes, that is my major.
You're
managing a lot of Nat's affairs.
So I think it's
everything.
Yeah,
She does
I
everything.
literally think initially we started off as just like, I'm gonna do your social media marketing thing, but I think because I wasn't aware how much work goes on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So like, I didn't know she had to do so much in general. So like, it kind of morphed into like, okay, not only are we like, am I helping you with this, but like, where else do you need help? Like, where else can you have assistance? Because for so long, she's been doing it by herself and carrying the load by herself. And it's like, now I really realize, like, because she is a Capricorn, in her head, she's like, I can handle everything. Like, I don't really, like, whatever.
I really trust her. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
You gotta have trust.
Yeah,
I
so
need to
now
text
we're texting about like, what color should we do this, or like what paint would look well, or like what kind of decor would we like, and that's way beyond marketing. That's like brand identity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I really do trust her a lot. Like, I hold her very dear to me, to the point that like, not all of my friends know that like we work together, because I'm like, no, like she's just so sacred to me. Like, really, like
keep her. You want to protect her.
And I really do love like our friendship and our relationship, like professional wise too, because it's like, it goes beyond, like, because we know when it's time to be serious
You
and like work done,
understand.
and we know when we can cross that line type.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great way to start an empire.
No, it really is. And you know what I do?
She's helping me. She be giving me ideas.
You know what I do want to bring up? Like, I was not aware how quick things change overnight, bro. Like, working with her, we'll have, because what we do is we plan stuff out by the month, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have her August planned out. She'll text me one day, like, scrap that. This happened. I'll tell you later. And I'm like, bruh, what do you mean? Literally the day before we confirmed this was happening, she's like, no, we're not doing it anymore. Like, scrap that. Something happened. And, like, overnight we have to get a new plan, like, for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month type thing.
Right. So you be fucking with planners and shit.
I love planners.
Me too.
I do, but I do not. I do digital planners.
Yeah, she
the
be on
planners.
her iPad. I'm like,
No. The planners at Target are mad expensive. First of all,
I
mad
like,
expensive.
In my opinion, I like spending that extra money, because when you write it down,
That's true. That's true. 100%.
It really,
100%.
it really sets it in your mind. Like, I was trying to tell everybody in this office, like, yo, I will buy all of you planners.
I just
Yeah.
got one
because-
yesterday, actually.
No,
Yeah,
but it's kind of
it's
like when
mad
we were in
helpful.
school and we first got laptops and everybody was like obsessed with like taking notes online, and because it's like, oh, it helps me like take notes better. No, it really doesn't.
It doesn't.
It really
It's a
doesn't.
distraction.
Like writing it is so much more helpful. But I spent $1,000 on an iPad, so
But
I'm
if you know how to
No,
do
yeah,
it,
Facts.
it's good.
I spent $1,000 on an
Yeah,
iPad.
some people are good with doing it digitally.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I personally can't, but I know like she's good at that. And I
Yeah.
have another friend that his notes they're all like on his laptop.
Yeah. And
People
it's
be
also
mad.
like Apple's like whole thing is super helpful because whatever's on my iPad is synced automatically. So like if I need something on my iPad, like I can find it on my phone. So it's really helpful.
Yeah. Now that I have her, like she plans it. So I'm like, it helps
It's like,
me out.
it's like Chels, April something, write it down.
Yeah, exactly.
She reminds me sometimes. I'm like, oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, hey,
I forgot.
remind, post it.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, shit, everyone's human.
Yeah.
All right, boom. I was gonna also ask you this. Like, what are like some like what's your motivation at the end of the day? Like, everyone has like something that keeps them going.
Yeah.
Both of you. You first.
Yeah, I was gonna ask them too.
Motivation wise, I feel because I've been working since I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like the money. Like
Do you have a number?
What do you mean?
Like reach like yo when I need like my goal is 10 million. Like
bank account type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't gotta go?
Honestly, not like that. I feel like I used to be like that because I was just so like I would drown in work and like keep tabs on like my money and stuff like that. But I feel like that kind of slows you down when you're like I want to be a millionaire by the age of 30.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
you could
Because
be-
I feel like
Yeah.
if that's your goal and you don't see that progress, like if you're 29 and you don't see like, oh, this
You
certain
get
amount of
more
money-
discouraged.
Yeah,
You're
you're
messing it
like,
up
okay,
for
what's the
yourself.
point of
Exactly.
even like achieving this goal
Yeah.
now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't
Exactly.
focus too much on the long-term goal. You just got to focus on
the now.
getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like I was saying, obviously the money keeps me going, but if I'm being honest, I feel like because we live in a society that you can do whatever you want, like you can do anything you put your mind to. So I feel like that kind of makes me keep going because I'm like, if I want to be a realtor, I could be a realtor. If I want to
Definitely.
be, I don't know, anything, I can do that. So it makes me kind of want to put more things under my belt.
Right.
Like I feel like I
Yeah.
just motivate myself.
Not only
to do
that,
as
but
much as
I
can.
feel like you're kind of at a stage in your life where you're like, the money is always going to be there. Like now it's like, what am I going to enjoy doing?
Exactly.
That's very interesting that you say that because I look at it in a very similar way. I feel like a lot of people often say something's not for them, but like if you really wanted something to be for you,
You would
all you have to
it.
do is put the dedication in.
Yeah.
Like it may be harder than it sounds, but literally that's all you gotta do is just
Yeah.
focus on something.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, but you also have to like it at the same time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's the reason
Don't
why.
force yourself into it.
Exactly.
Right.
People see like lashing and how well it goes, and they try to force themselves into like lashing in this industry, and they end up not liking it. And there's a lot of girls that
Like-
say like this is not for
Yeah,
me.
how many people have started businesses during quarantine that their
It just
Instagram pages
lasts
are
like
gone?
2 weeks.
Yeah, like, you know what
But
I
at
mean?
least they tried it out. Like,
Yeah,
that's all that
exactly.
matters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because at least
It's
they
that's what I'm
tried
saying.
it.
That whole trend where it's like, and I applaud them. I'm not even like talking down them because they
Yeah.
realize I can make money on by myself, you know, type thing. So like, I really applaud that. But it's like they probably didn't have that passion, that drive for whatever it was they're doing.
Like sometimes you just see, and that's another toxic thing about social media. You'll see everybody doing something, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But the whole time you're not really doing nothing
Yeah.
wrong. You're just
Yeah, no, no. We have to remember, people post what they want us to see.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. So even if like someone's down bad, you just don't know it.
Right.
So there's no point in comparing myself or I had a business, there's no point in comparing myself or my business to the next girl or the next person.
Yeah.
Because what is that going to do for me if she's only posting her successes and all her, certificates and her bands of money, and I have none of that? Like,
Right.
what is that going to do? That's just going to make me feel shittier.
And some people
Yeah.
use that as motivation, but that's like superficial.
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
It's
that,
so
that's very
egotistical. It's-
Exactly. And it's like you have to, I feel like for me personally, the hard work is what motivates you, not what
Yeah.
comes with it. Like all the superficial things, the money and all that. I feel like
It's the journey, not the goal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more than money. It's
That's
It's-
perfectly said.
always much deeper.
I learned that on acid.
Oh
Because
my.
like no,
I was like, guys, I figured life out.
and no, really, it's more than money. Because it's like, if you really ask yourself, what could I learn from the things I'm doing? I mean, what could I gain from this? There's always things to learn from everything
Yeah,
you put your mind to.
Not only that,
really.
but you can learn so much for free now.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah.
how, like, not not even to talk about Forex or anything, but you know people charge you like for Forex things. You can learn Forex for free on
Yeah.
YouTube. You can learn marketing for free on Google. Google, I'm
It
actually
wasn't
doing
like
a Google
that.
certificate. Yeah, I'm actually doing a Google class where it's like free. You just
Period.
get your and your certificate lasts a year, and you at least you took that knowledge with you. Like it's free.
Yeah.
You don't always have to pay for something.
Right. Right.
Thank God.
And it's crazy because like if you really wanted to, you could have the knowledge of anybody with a degree. Just
Yes.
looking up shit
More
on
knowledge.
Google.
More knowledge. Even.
If you have that
Yeah, if I dare
drive.
say.
Or even just like talking to someone.
Yeah.
Just a simple, hey, how are you? You never know where that shit will lead you.
I agree.
Like, oh, you do this and this. Oh, whatchamacallit? Oh, but what about you? Like motivation wise.
So my motivation, I think for me is working with her especially. I think I told her from the beginning, like I see so much for her and her business. Like I see it going so much more than where it is right now. So I'm super motivated to help her like get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
She's coming.
yeah, exactly.
She's
And I wanna be able to do that, like in general, like just because I feel like sometimes, especially if you're a small business owners, you don't really see like the outside of your own bubble type thing. So I really want to help people like pop that bubble. Like, listen, there's a whole world out here that you can really dominate if you really got on your feet. If you were on your 10 toes, you would be able to get there type thing. Because, you know, like it's really easy to be, especially if you're content with the money you're making every month. Why should
You get comfortable.
Yeah, why should I expand? You know,
Yeah.
why should I pop this bubble? But it's like, there's so much more to see.
There's
so
so
much
much
more to
more,
do, learn,
yeah.
teach, all that stuff. So like, and like for her, for example, like we've gone through phases where like we talked like, okay, do we want to focus on you being a teacher? Do we want to focus on you selling products? Do we want to focus on you being our last check? And that changes like literally from week to week. Our focus changes it because we see that we can grow in so many different directions.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we don't just have to paint her out to be a trainer and a teacher. We can make her a last check, a perfectionist, or we can make her like she's a great, product manufacturer and she knows what she's selling type thing.
Yeah.
Much too great to be characterized by one thing.
Exactly.
And it's a win-win because you gain off of her and she gains
Yeah, it's a
off.
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really do
It's
help each
mutual.
other.
Yeah.
It's mutual. And I had another question for you guys, but I got lost in those questions. Especially. Oh yeah. No.
I got a question.
No. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just, just didn't want to be rude.
Yeah.
What were like some struggles you had? Like, you said the first 8 months it took you a while to get popping,
Yeah.
but in those 8 months, those must feel like the longest 8 months of your life.
Yeah, honestly, just getting the clientele.
Clientele,
Yeah, reputation.
but you never had any other issues that you like. Let's say you were just starting up, because this would happen to me. Like you're just starting up and you just had a bad day, and like that bad day would make you think like, damn, like why am I even doing this anymore? Or like what am I even doing here? You never had that, like self
I
doubt.
feel like, yeah, self-doubt, but I wouldn't let it become a struggle.
Oh, you're
Like,
cocky.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's kind of like, that's just like one day, like at that moment. So why let a bad thought like take over, and let it be your struggle, like at the end of the day, I would just tell myself like, I'm just like overthinking right now and I will overcome it. Like I would just tell myself, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Just keep working
And-
harder. You're gonna get those clientele, like those clients,
Yeah.
your reputation's gonna get there.
And I think the whole client thing is way bigger than what we talked about because like when you first started, I'm pretty sure the way people went to her is like he say, she say, like word
Yeah.
of mouth.
Yeah.
So like if one person said like, no, don't go to her, I didn't like whatever, like 15 other people are gonna take that and run with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because what else do we have to go off of, especially if she's just starting?
Yeah, which I mean, honestly, what goes with that question because of the fact that it's a he said, she said type of situation. I have had a bad experience with that he said, she said.
Like word of mouth, yeah.
Word of mouth, and someone like talked down on me, and that at that moment I was starting out, and really was a struggle for me because I feel like I was really down bad. I was like, damn, am I really that bad? Oh my God, everyone's looking at me like, just negatively now. So at that moment, that was a very big struggle for me. Just overcoming
okay.
that,
Yeah.
that bad, like just comments. And
Like
I was
bad
just,
reviews or
exactly,
whatever.
bad reviews. But at the end of the day, now looking back at it, I was just starting out, and people are gonna, they're gonna talk shit
People are
regardless.
gonna hate regardless.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
it's like the whole situation where it's like you look back on it now and you were like, that wasn't even that bad. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
that big of a
Right.
deal type thing. Like at the time, probably felt like a big deal because everyone was like looking to her like, what are you gonna say? What
Yeah.
are you gonna do? Type thing. But now it's like
But shit
you look,
just passes.
yeah, you
like,
look back and you're like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah, not the end of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned now. It's
You're
not the
right.
end of the world. You just
It seems like the
Gotta
end of the
overcome.
world.
Keep it pushing.
Not only that, but when you do gain, you know, a solid clientele who come back to you, like back to back to back, and don't go to anyone else, it really doesn't matter what anyone says because you have your solid group of people who truly believe in you and truly invest their money into you.
Yeah.
Big facts.
So I really wanted to ask you about marketing.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you a question about marketing. You go.
I know you're super into marketing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what you would tell somebody that doesn't know shit about marketing and wants to really learn.
Yeah,
about
marketing 101 for dummies.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say if you have an Instagram account, you're marketing.
Uh-huh.
Because you're marketing yourself. Even just
Right.
girls posting selfies and their stories, like we're selling, not selling ourselves, but we're selling ourselves.
Like you're a brand.
Yeah, literally, because you know, you, as much as people say like I don't care about likes, you want the likes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like even that mini gratification that it
Everybody
gets,
likes attention.
You know, like when you look nice on a story, you post it. Like you're marketing yourself because believe it or not, how many girls are getting jobs off Instagram? Like how many girls are getting bags off Instagram? Like, you know, verified people with their DMs off Instagram, which turns into a bag later down the
Yeah.
road. You know, for 18 years. So what I'm saying is like, you, even if you think you know nothing about marketing, you know the bare minimum. You know the do's and the do nots. You know, okay, this is what I should post, this is what I shouldn't post type thing.
Right.
You know that if you like want to be someone like, you know, that makes a scene, causes a disturbance, you know that you're going to be loud on Instagram and you're going to be saying all the things that you probably shouldn't say, the things that aren't politically correct.
Yeah, the outlandish
Yeah, exactly.
comments.
Because that's who you want to brand yourself as. So even if you think, okay, I don't go to school for this, I know nothing, I just want to sell something, you know that even just uploading a picture of whatever you want to sell, if it's yourself, if it's a product, if it's a service, you're marketing it. Because although the Instagram algorithm isn't the best, if you have a business account and you're actively posting, they're going to push your posts onto the explore page, onto people's feeds, you know.
Yes.
So your post will be seen by somebody, and that's like enough. You know what I mean? Like one person seeing your post, investing in you, investing in your business is basically enough.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, Soa is really knowledgeable, and not just because like I know her, but ever since we were in high school, for as long as I've known her, I know that she wanted to do marketing.
Yeah.
And when
But you've been wanting to do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like because
She's meant to do this.
I spend so much money like on stupid stuff. I'm the best person to like market to because if Instagram sends me like an ad for something, I'm like, I want this. Swipe up,
Right.
I buy it. Like I don't hesitate type thing. So like I kind of in high school, I thought to myself, and I'm like, damn, like. What is this? Like, why are people
Why
so...
am I spending money?
Yeah, I'm like, why are people so good at
Like, what's this magic
And
trick?
Initially, I wanted to do public relations because public relations is more like customer to brand and managing how a brand like is perceived by the consumer.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you do that in marketing anyway. Like marketing is basically that. I'm dressing up a brand, I'm dressing up a person, I'm dressing up an image, and you're buying into it. You
Yeah.
know, so I am communicating with the consumer and indirectly by telling you like, you know, this brand is pretty, this girl's pretty, this brand sells this, buy this, invest into us. Type thing.
So as long as you can communicate the product.
Yeah. As
Like
long as
Kanye
you
said.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like what did he say about Lady Gaga? She don't even
She's a creative director. I like some of the Lady
Yeah.
Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know
like,
about Polaroid?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's basically it. Period.
Whatchamacallit? Like, do you have like is there something on your bucket list that includes marketing in the sense that like, oh, okay, my dream goal as like someone who does marketing, I works like maybe you want to work at a firm
Yeah,
or have your own
yeah.
firm is like, oh, this Apple advertisement.
Yeah,
Is there like I don't know.
My biggest one of like as long as I can remember, it's kind of small. It took a backseat now, but like when I started learning, I always wanted to work at like a high-end beauty brand. Like I love Fenty Beauty's marketing. I don't know if you guys keep up with Rihanna's brand, but their
She just became a billionaire. Forbes just announced 1.7 B. Shout out Riri.
She just became a billionaire because her brand, the marketing is just like chef's kiss. They know how to reply to people. Like they're on Twitter replying to people. They're on Instagram. Like if you comment, they'll comment back. Like it's
Wow.
quick. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yo, like I want to work with them. Like their team seems so solid. Like they know
Yeah.
so much. I want to do that.
They've
It took
mastered their
Yeah.
study.
It took a back seat, but it's definitely something like if the opportunity comes, I'm gonna take it because I would be honored, delighted to work with her. Like 100, not with her in general, her of course,
Yeah.
but with the
Sure,
brand.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the way to go.
of course.
You can.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
really. I think I don't really have. I've never thought about like my own firm. I don't really care to because I don't know. I like the idea of working on a team
With people.
with people. Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
It's really, and because like we were talking about earlier before the podcast, when you work with people, you learn so much,
I
like
know.
outside of what you could have ever learned by yourself. Like you learn so much. People are so teaching. Even like someone you would never think could teach you something, they'll teach you something.
Especially the people that you could never expect.
Yeah. And I feel like in the business world, you're going to interact with people that you could have never even met otherwise.
You just
So-
got to be open to it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Especially now with the internet, you could meet
Yeah,
so many people
anyone.
online.
Yeah, anyone.
Yeah.
Have you ever done someone's lashes and you were like, yo, no way, I just did their lashes?
Yeah, there was like one girl, she was kind of popping on YouTube, and I did her lashes, and I looked at her Instagram, I was like, wait, what the hell? She
Who's
has-
this?
Her name is Tati Coakley, and she does like lifestyle videos, like coaching. I know she's a psych major. I think she graduated already. And she has like 800,000 subscribers.
What?
But that was a while ago. But she lives in New York, I think. So
She came all the way here?
she came all the way over here. And when I was in
Wow.
the office, right over.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
Shout out
God.
Tati.
No,
Oh, facts.
I was
Trip.
so geeked, and I was just starting out, kind of like I feel like I wasn't as good.
Yeah.
So when she
Were
came
you-
to me, I was like, I'm gonna get lashed by me, like what? But I kept it cool. I was like
Kept your
doing
composure.
my thing. And,
As
yeah.
you should. What is your big three?
Capricorn,
All Capricorn?
all Capricorn, right?
Oh my God.
And
She's a goat. She's literally a goat.
Oh, shit.
My big three is Capricorn.
That's
Capricorn
ridiculous.
is fun. Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it literally shows like everything stereotypical about Capricorn. That is her.
Everyone tells me that, but I'm like, I don't see it.
I
But
see it, bro. Like they always say
Nah.
Capricorns are mad driven. Like mad.
But I feel like that's like everyone says that, like the stereotype of Caps. But everything
yeah.
else, I'm like, I don't know. Am I really a Capricorn?
They say sometimes that like Capricorns, all Earth signs in general. Oh, you guys are both
Yeah,
Earth
Earth
signs.
signs.
They
Yeah.
say Earth signs can be boring, but this video's been mad fun. Like you guys are mad
thank you.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
but-
just have to
I
let her
hate
go.
that stereotype.
Yeah, honestly,
Like-
I'm not
Right.
boring.
Yeah.
Can't stick with the stereotypes.
No, like I understand like why people may call me boring because I like to just sit in a room
And chill.
Like, and chill. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
I'm not loud, like whatever. I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
But like once you get me talking, I don't shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't shut up. So
No, yeah, you talk a lot, which
I
is
talk a
good.
fucking lot.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm definitely more quiet. Like I don't open up. Like I feel like that's why people think I'm boring, and I really like.
No, you get some liquor into her. Boring who?
No, honestly, that's a different me.
Boring who?
But I like to observe people. Like I'm a very big observer, and sometimes
too.
it comes off very like bitchy in a way.
Yeah.
But
What, being an observer?
yeah, like people.
Like,
How-
why
like
are you
how?
talking? Why are you just looking?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have like a
Be-
bitch. What is it?
Resting bitch face?
Yeah, yeah,
Bitch
yeah.
face.
Because I've noticed this because I'm also the same way. When you're quiet, it could be for any reason, but a person that's not as quiet as you will be thinking like,
Overthinking
what
it.
is this
yeah.
person thinking right now?
Yeah.
And then it'll make them self-conscious.
Because they
they'll
have to
get
feel that
thinking.
quietness. They have to
Yeah.
feel that space. Yeah.
I'm just
That's
very
why-
big on protecting my energy and the people
Yeah.
around me. I question a lot of people's intentions just because I want to just protect not only myself but like my friends. Like I'm
Yeah.
very protective of the people
Yeah.
I love.
I have to learn that.
Yeah.
I'm so open. Like if anyone wants to be a friend, I'm like, let's go. Like let's go. Like I'm so.
But I want to be
open.
more like that.
Yeah,
I
but
really
yeah,
admire
but
that
it
about
really,
people
it
like
really,
that.
gift, right?
I
but
really
it really
love that.
does leave you on your ass sometimes because people like, well, when they see that you're that open, they'll do whatever they want to.
Right.
Because they know like, okay, you'll get over it. Like it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to put your foot down eventually.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm not
not
gonna
cool.
get over this.
You gotta let people
Yeah.
know the
Yeah,
lines.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
What's your big three?
My big three is Scorpio, Pisces Moon, and
Pisces.
Pisces Rising.
Oh,
Whoa, you're emotional? Are
I-
you emotional?
I could look it
Yeah,
up.
Very.
Let me look it up.
He's a Capricorn Moon.
Really?
Damn.
Okay.
No, that makes sense. I feel like Thomas, you've also had a job ever since I can
Wait,
remember.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I feel
He's
like
a
you're very
Sagittarius
reserved.
Moon and a Capricorn Rising.
I don't know how to read the chart.
Yeah, he's a Sagittarius Moon
Capricorn
and a
rising.
Capricorn Rising.
I can see that because you're very reserved. I
Yeah.
feel like I see that you like to. I feel like
yeah.
you're an observer as well. Like you
Yeah.
like to see people's
You
intentions.
do have a good way of like, you know, sticking to yourself, like keeping yourself out of the mix. Like
Yeah.
you don't care to be in
Yeah.
the mix.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
That's true.
I like that mix because it's like, especially for podcasting. I told him
Yeah.
this like the other guy is an Aquarius, Gemini and Aquarius. Like they're mad talkative.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was telling this.
Yeah, but Johnny just came back from DR and he just.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're airing Johnny out on this episode. He's a fucking bitch. He came back from DR, fucking trashed and sick. He was like not COVID. He was like, yeah, I'm airing Johnny out. Johnny was like, Johnny called me. Johnny was like, yeah, DR was crazy.
Yo, shout out Johnny.
Shout out Johnny.
I hope you get better, Johnny.
No, fuck Johnny. He shouldn't get better. His ass should be here.
Right.
Oh, he's not here because he's
Wait,
sick?
how many other people?
Yeah,
how
but
many people-
Darian was gonna do it.
How many
Regardless.
other people are like officially with you guys doing the podcast?
It's just us three. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At first, it was just Johnny and Thomas, and then
That's what I told you. I walked in expecting a white dude, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
like
Yeah, Darian manages us.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Cause like the way you look at her is the same way we kind of thought of Darian. I was like, oh, we've known Darian forever.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's
You go to
great.
SCORE, you're just.
I'm about to be back in school this coming fall.
What's your major?
Biology, but I want to
Oh.
switch. I want to
Why?
switch to psychology because I'm a pre-med, and
I love psychology.
yeah, I actually didn't go to psychology at first because
Yeah.
call me stupid, but I felt like I had like it was natural for me, and I wanted to.
Oh,
do
like you could just
something-
you are a psychologist. Like you don't need the yeah.
I wanted to do something that was more of a challenge.
Yeah.
I always sucked with numbers.
Yeah.
You know, biology would be very
Yeah.
hard. But there's better jobs to get from a 2-year degree in psychology.
Yeah.
So I just want to be
But
situated.
psychology is just also super interesting. Like I took a psychology class and it was about like it was more focused on sex. It was like sex psychology, and
Right.
it was the best class I have ever taken. Like I actually did the readings type thing.
My psychology classes were the best classes I've
Yeah, bro.
experienced.
And
Like,
my professor, bless her heart, was so nice to me. Like,
Yeah.
she was amazing.
It always gets people in talking moods. Like the whole
Yeah,
class is
bro,
talking.
yeah.
Like I fuck with psychology.
I was talking to girls because my class is all girls. Like surprisingly, it was a sex class and it was only girls.
Yeah.
I was talking to girls that I would have never even like glanced at.
Right.
Taken a second look.
It be like that.
Yeah, I was talking to girls that I thought like, oh my god, I just said I'm not boring. Whatever. I was talking to girls that I thought were boring.
Yeah, and shit like that humbles you because
Yeah, yeah.
you meet people that you never would think you would associate with, and
That's the cool part about college.
Yeah.
Everything else.
yeah, it makes you grow up a bit.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I really like you. I like being able to work with people. I feel like there's so much benefit from that.
Yeah.
And like,
And you're a people's person too. Like you can tell.
yeah.
Which is good. Like that's what you.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, I feel like you get more. I mean, I don't know. Me, I just like helping people.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
I feel like
It's
I
rewarding.
learn from it. I feel better after it, and like
So why don't you want to do pre-med anymore?
I still want to do
He's
pre-med.
gonna do psychology on the pre-med track.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Then-
Okay.
Cause
Are you an empath? Do you consider yourself to be an empath?
I like people to say that about me more
Yeah.
than myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like I fit the description. I guess.
I think anyone can be an empath.
Definitely.
As long as you like have feelings and you can feel other people's feelings, like then you're an empath.
Right.
Like as
yeah.
long as like if someone's crying in front of you, you're not just looking at them like.
I start crying.
Yeah, no.
Don't
me
cry
too.
in front of
no,
me.
bro. When I'm watching movies and stuff, I'm like, damn, like I'm about to start crying. Like this person's sad. Like I
Yeah.
feel how sad
Yeah.
they are.
Yo, today I was watching The Sopranos. You guys know what The Sopranos is? I was watching The Sopranos, and there was like this scene where they killed someone. I was like about to cry. Like I binged all night. I did not sleep till like 6, 7 in the morning.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
Empath.
Like once I start something, I don't stop. I'm like, nah, I'm finishing this shit right now.
Some people who will deadass like be stern, like they're like, nah, I don't feel
Like,
anything. Like
I'm-
you're a sociopath.
Bitch, I be crying for Love
really-
Island.
Me too.
Bro,
Me too.
Love
Yeah,
Island.
me too.
There's this reality show and it's low key like dumb as fuck. But like
No,
they
it's not
start
low-key,
crying and I feel so bad
high-key,
for
high-key
her.
dumb as fuck.
Like I'm not gonna lie, for a huge part of my life, I feel like I've been not emotionally bland, but bland with my expressions.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I'll just like something will be happening in front of me and everybody's crying and I'm just like, but I still feel it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I still.
No,
feel
that's
it.
how that's how I was as a child too. Like,
Yeah.
When people died, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how to react to certain.
Yeah,
things.
like I have memories of being at funerals and I'm just like, Like, why is everyone like being so OD right now?
Right. And I would
Like, who's taking me to Chick-fil-A after this shit?
I feel like I used to cry a lot for funerals, like when I was younger, but now I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
don't-
it's just
I'm
life.
still the same though.
Yeah.
No,
Is that bad?
yeah, no, I'm
No,
still the
it's
same. Like
not.
at my own grandma's funeral, like, and I was devastated when my
No,
grandma died.
family, that's different.
Yeah, no, but at my grandma's funeral, I was just like I know she's fine. Like I know
Yeah.
she's in a better place. Like there's really no need to be. The only reason I was sad is because I won't ever talk to her again.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy for her.
You're gonna miss her.
Yeah, for the fact that she's
at
no
peace.
longer suffering.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so like not so happy where I'm like woo, but I was just like
It relieved you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was
Beautiful.
content with the fact that like she's no longer suffering.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like, honestly, for me, I've never really experienced, like a serious death. In
Yeah,
my
like
family.
a close death.
Yeah, but like I wasn't born when both my grandfathers are gone.
Yeah.
They died way before I was.
So you
born.
never knew them.
Yeah, but I don't know. You guys have my Finsta, right?
Yeah, I follow your fence though.
Yeah.
So the guy looks just like me.
Yeah.
The guy looks just like me. He supposedly acted like me.
Did you post him recently?
The brown.
I think you did. Yeah.
And on the draconic chart that you
Yeah.
brought up,
Yeah.
they say that was your past life sign.
Yeah.
He was a Leo,
It was his chart.
and I was a Leo.
It was his
and
chart.
my
No.
grandma would.
Reincarnation.
When I was born, my grandma would, because I would stare a lot at my grandma,
Yeah.
and she felt like I was him.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
I was
maybe you are
crazy.
him in a way. He just
2.0.
you hear a lot of stories, especially if like if he was a soulmate of your grandma or
Right.
anyone in your family, maybe like he had to come back some way for them
Yeah.
to meet with them again, to unite with them. So maybe
Right.
you are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty sketchy. It's cool. It's like it may not even be true, but it's just.
It's
like,
an interesting
it's
theory
cool
to think
theories.
about. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why it's like I don't even like. I 100% believe in reincarnation. Like I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it's like, although there's probably no hard rock evidence, like it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like there's a Netflix show. It's all about death. It has like 9 episodes, and they literally every episode there's something different. And there's one about reincarnation, bro. Best series I've watched. 100%.
Right.
100%. Like
Yeah.
it talks about this boy who like was born and he remembered everything from his past life, even like the car he drove. And
Yeah.
it turns out he was like a famous Hollywood producer in his past life. He met up with the daughter of the guy. And like he was able to tell the daughter like, yeah, I drove this car. My dog's name was this. I
Off
live on
rip.
this street. Off rip, bro. They were like
What?
flabbergasted. They were like, there's no way.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That is
even
crazy.
Even if that's not real, it's just
cool.
Like I
Like-
want to be able to be like, that's dope.
Imagine that happened to you.
Like
That's what, if my child
Stop.
if my child starts talking about stuff like that, 100% I'm gonna start writing stuff down. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, who are you? I'm gonna Google
We
this
should-
person.
You gotta interview her.
No, for real. I'm gonna put her on the podcast.
Who sent you here? For real, for real.
like I like not just with spirituality, but I like looking at everything in life as there's something deeper to this.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
That is
Of
so
course.
me.
Like people have such a habit of generalizing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like even our own feelings. Like
Mm-hmm.
we'll be so angry and we don't know why the fuck we're angry, but
Mm-hmm.
really it's because of some shit that happened when we were kids or
Yeah,
some
Yeah.
it's
shit
just
like
trauma.
Trauma.
You know what I'm
Trauma.
saying? And
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if this like if you guys can relate, but sometimes I dead ass feel like angel numbers type thing. Like I see
Yeah.
them way too often for this shit to not have a deeper meaning.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, no, there's no way everyone sees shit like this. Like I have to be like dead ass. I'll think to myself like, no, this is a simulation because there's no way the world is fucking with me like this. Like
Yeah.
the universe cannot be fucking with everyone else the way it's fucking with me. Like
Right.
I'll walk through life and I'm like, no one else is
like
actually here,
somebody's
bruh.
trying to get my attention right
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, no, like this is a game of Sims. Like it has to be.
Oh my
'cause
God.
Why do I see my angel numbers so often, bro? Like I'll be telling my boyfriend, I'm like, look, license plate, look this, and he's like, bruh. I'm like, it's just I see it every
It's
2
meant to
minutes.
be.
Yeah,
Bruh,
it really
and
is.
nobody
Everything
can tell you
happens.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
And no one can
Nobody
tell.
can
No,
tell
I'm
you
standing
you're
my
wrong.
ground.
Yeah,
As-
that's why I feel like
as you
everything
should.
happens for a reason.
Oh,
like,
100%.
Let's say you're late to work, like there's traffic on the parkway. It's for a reason.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
don't
could
even
have been
mind.
you.
I don't even
Right.
mind anymore.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that happened like at 9/11. Like a lot of people just
Yo, those
didn't.
stories give me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, goosebumps.
I actually am related to somebody that he had experienced 9/11 and he was walking home from work and he was just walking right by the building as it's like as people are falling in his face and shit.
Oh my god.
He's
So
walking
traumatic.
home in a
Yeah.
trance,
Traumatic as fuck.
like covered in ash. He can't hear out his left ear right till today. Like
Wow.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier, how like both of you were saying how everything happens for a reason. I feel that if he wanted to, he could really move people with a story like that. You
Of
know,
course.
You could be a speaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
like shit. It's hard, but you could
No,
really
yeah.
make all of your
My-
hard times for the
My
better.
school is like 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center. So when it happened, my school was like a sanctuary. Like they held people in my school all day because the air quality was so toxic that simply breathing it, you would get lung cancer.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad. So like my professor told us stories. Like there were people who were looking for loved ones. Like this mom was calling her son like all day. She called him for 3 days straight and like he didn't answer. And because like in the mess from the towers, there were so many bodies in there that it's like we can't even tell who's who. We can't
Yeah.
tell, anything. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't answer for 3 days, and when he finally answered, he was like, no, like, because he worked in the World Trade Center, and he was like, no, like, I got fired the day before, and he went into like a depressive state, and he like stayed, and because cell phones weren't really like popping back then, he
Yeah.
stayed in his house for 3 days, like crying nonstop. He didn't even know what was going on. Like he was just so depressed.
Wow.
Because imagine like you're having a high, job in like accounting or finance,
Where it's 6-figure job.
yeah, and you lose it. Of
You
course,
just
I
lose
would
it in
be.
the
I would be
air, yeah.
depressed,
Yeah.
of course. So he was so depressed. His mom told him like, bro, we thought you died. Like, don't ever do that again.
But everything happens for a
Yeah,
reason. Like he
yeah.
got fired for a reason.
Yeah,
he
like
was
or
meant
like
to keep
when
living.
I know that day, like they closed the bridges from New York and Jersey, like they closed that bridge, and hella people couldn't get to work. But it's like, thank God they did.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
It is.
Damn, Glowinfused.
I actually had one more question.
Yeah, what was it?
It was gonna be how has like your whole journey, like since day one of Glowinfused to now, how has like the business of all what you do how has it changed you as a person? Like, did you pick up any traits as you developed as you gone? Like, oh, this made me more organized. Oh, this made me a better time management person. Oh, I learned this. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, I feel like it made me more, I don't know what the proper word is, sympathetic or an empath. I feel like when I was younger, I really never gave a fuck about anything. Like
Yeah.
anyone, like kind of like, it sucks to say, but I feel like I would just be like, do your job. You
Yeah.
know, like
Mhm.
your job is
Yeah.
so easy. And I feel like now that I have a business,
I think that's the term is like bitch.
yeah, I was a fucking bitch. I was literally a fucking bitch. Like
Yeah.
my mom says it all the time. Like I know I was a fucking bitch, and I feel like it helped me grow as a person and really see how hard people truly work.
Yeah.
It's something that you may not know the behind the scenes, but it's like everyone is working hard. Everyone's going through their own
Struggle.
Yeah.
own struggle, and
Yeah.
like working with people, like I see that as well because like I connect with my clients really well. So like they'll tell me like
That they're going through shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they're going through shit, and I'm like not going through something like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, like I really like sympathize for
I
them.
think it'd be
Yeah.
hard to not be an empath when you see the amount of people you see a day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're servicing on like 4 or 5 people a
yeah,
day.
yeah. So surprisingly, I feel like it just made me a better person. Like,
Yeah.
all honest.
Do you think you're more patient?
Humble, very patient.
More patient, do you think you're
Definitely.
more patient?
Oh,
Way
of
more
course.
patient working with people. Like I said, I was a fucking bitch. Like I wanted everything my way, and now like that I work with people, I have to be patient. Like I listen to people. Like I just learned to be a better person.
Yeah.
Bro, you're
Honestly.
literally doing people's lashes. Like if that was me and I was doing somebody's lashes,
Yeah,
bro,
that
I'll
close to
start
somebody,
shaking.
right?
Like
No, you know what's interesting? Like ever since I started working with her and going back to like knowing what's going on behind the scenes, I used to be like, if my service provider didn't reply to my DM and you're
Yeah.
posting on your story, like or like I'm not going to anymore because you don't want my money. And, like,
Word.
and that's how I really used to think. But now it's like you don't know how many DMs this person probably has, or you don't know what's going on in this person's life where they have to post on their story but they can't get back to their messages. Like I really used to think like that, and now I'm like, I understand
Yeah.
why you wouldn't be jumping the gun to reply to
Yeah.
one person's DM.
She
if you
helped
have-
me with that. Like
Yeah.
you have to reply a little
Yeah, 'cause
faster
at-
because I would be doing a
Yeah,
million
at the end of the day, like
Right.
you want to make a priority like your communication with your clients, the
Yeah.
people that are investing in you. You don't want them to feel like left out or like she doesn't really care about me.
Yeah.
Because as much as it's kind of selfish, but everyone only really cares about themselves.
Themselves.
It's
Yeah.
so true. I
So-
see it on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so it's
People
like
get annoyed at the
if
smallest
so,
thing.
people
Right.
are really thinking like she's not replying to my DM, like she doesn't want my money, like
Right.
it's me. So you know, you really, as much as it sucks, you have to cater to those type of people. At the end of the day, you have to make them feel like, yes, it is you.
Because that's business.
It's gonna be a little wait. You're gonna wait, but it is you. Like I'll do your lashes. You know, your money, give me. You know, type thing.
And sometimes you do gotta take shit from people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really
But
do.
you know what? Again, I
have to put your foot down.
I honestly feel like my business truly like changed me as a person. I feel like starting so young as well, like kind of got me into better habits. Like I didn't wait until I was older to learn these bad traits about myself. Like I just learned so much. And one of the things, like, you know, with people and like putting your foot down, I always say, because I used to be very money hungry, not all money is good money, and I stand by that.
That's true.
Not all money is good money, and like I like to tell my friends that, my boyfriend that, and you know, just because they're gonna pay for a full set, but I know like they're not a good person, or like, you know, their vibe just isn't there, like I'm not gonna take them, you know, if I know them personally.
Especially since you were talking about like you're so protective of yourself and your space.
Yeah.
You don't want just anyone coming to you into your space and disrupting it.
Yeah.
Because there's really people out there who like are genuinely like not evil, but they're
generally
bad.
out for not
like
out
they're
for you,
they're
but
bad people.
Right.
Like
I feel like people
Like having a hidden agenda.
exactly. So they'll come to you on some smiley, like, oh, like we're friends, like you can lash, like, but they'll be talking behind your back.
They'll just
and you don't want that
casually
type of people.
casually bringing bad energy into
Which
you.
is very true. And also, I feel like maybe it's just me trying to see the good in everyone. I feel like sometimes people don't realize that. They don't realize that their energy is so draining, and like they're like low-key a bad person. Sometimes people don't realize that because they're so caught up in their
self-centered,
own exactly, their own struggles, like whatever they're going through. So I just have to like learn to be patient, and like I don't know what they're going through. So people are acting just based off of themselves. Like, you know, they're not putting other people before them.
That's what's important to me, because I feel like it's literally impossible for me to, like, I just met you today. How the fuck am I going to understand you 100%? You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying.
Yeah.
So that's what's important to me. Effort.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody's putting effort in, or it doesn't even have to be everybody, just the people I care about. If they put effort in with me, I'll put effort in with you, and it's mutual.
Yeah. Not only that, but going back to kind of what this has like taught her, changed her, I feel like it's kind of taught me, like, you really have to stay on your toes. Like I was saying earlier, like things happen overnight. You know, overnight you probably have to move out of a studio for whatever reason and move into a different one overnight, and that's something that disrupts your schedule, your client's schedule, your money, everything.
You gotta adapt.
Yeah, you really have to adapt.
And having plan Bs, I'm a very believer. Like, you always have to have a plan B, like, no matter what.
Yeah, you have to be a chameleon. You have to be able to like shift into any shape, any form, just to adapt.
Sorry, we're in New York.
We're in the break room.
Yeah. And I mean, she's known me since like I was in high school too, so I don't know, maybe she realizes other things, like maybe I've changed ever since I started my business, so, you know, from an outsider perspective.
No, I definitely think you are more empathetic and sympathetic. Yeah. I know before, like, her attitude was like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, if it doesn't affect me at the end of the day, I don't care. Yeah. And now it's like she has to think like there are other people around me that this may affect. I should give a fuck.
Right.
So.
Damn.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And I think, as a matter of fact, I think this whole video has just been a beautiful experience. I'm really thankful.
No, yeah. This was great. I honestly am so glad that we did this.
Thank you for having me here.
No, thank you guys. Because you guys didn't have to come.
No, it was really fun. I didn't even feel like we were like filming or anything. It just felt like
for a second. I'm like,
it really just
what's
felt
this
like
shit?
it just felt like a conversation.
Our last video was like 25 minutes. This is 53.
Yeah.
We've been here for
way.
53 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was real natural, and
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, okay, shit. We could we could push it to an hour.
What are your plans, like, doing this?
Yeah,
like,
with
this is
Break
such
Room.
a great idea. No one's doing like podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting. You're bringing other people along as well.
Yeah. So basically, what I was telling my teacher, that he was like asking me hella questions. He was like asking me that, like, yo, what do you want to do, this and that. And basically, I tell him that, like, so the point of the podcast, I feel like the sense break room is the sense that, like, you could just come in here, sit down, talk, chop it up, and what you talk about with someone in the break room is just interesting shit.
And
That's like, it's like literally the 30 minutes you have throughout the whole day. It's like you could stop, and if you're talking to someone, you could tell them, like, yo, this customer was a bitch. I had a flat tire today. I had this, A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can unravel that all. And it's like, it's
Yeah.
you know, it's yeah.
I like that.
Fun.
Yeah.
We need that. Everybody needs communication in their life.
Yeah.
It really brings people together too.
Yeah, and
like-
it's not so serious.
And at the
Yeah.
yeah.
And the bigger sorry, take a shot.
No, it's okay. At the same time, it's really important to me because I can be a little serious sometimes. I'll
Yeah.
admit.
Yeah.
Thomas is like the funner side, you know, of the both of us. But like it's very interesting to me how we could come on here and not only talk about like regular shit, but we can actually bring light to people who are trying to do something with themselves,
Yeah.
you know? Like we're putting you on a video and we're talking about your business and you could get more people, hopefully. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could get people that hit you
Yeah,
up maybe.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we all wanna grow at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All of us.
I actually have a question for Natalia.
Yeah.
Okay. For people out there who are probably going to be watching this and listening and want to get into the beauty industry or lashes, what are like a piece of advice that you have for them?
Just do it.
Just do it.
I'm a very just do it type of person.
Like how did you start that? Like what was the first step? Or did you Google what's the first step?
Get
To
trained.
what?
Like
Get
to-
trained.
yeah.
But it's different, you know, for every service.
Mhm.
But my thing is kind of like, don't compare yourself to other people. Like, you know, everyone's journey is different. Everyone's path's different. Whether you do it when you're 18, 30, whether you go all in or nothing, like, go at your own pace and just do it. Kind of have, what is it, like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, that's really my biggest advice because, again, with social media, it's so easy to get kind of distracted and start
Yeah.
comparing yourself with people.
Is that what you tell your clients? I
Yeah.
mean, your
My training.
yeah.
Yeah,
your
and
training.
I kind of want to get more into training.
We have trainees now.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?
Damn, we got soldiers?
She's a teacher.
That
Yeah.
could
She
be
has
like
classes.
5 other questions right there.
Yeah.
She has classes.
Yeah.
She teaches people.
So I do
great.
lashes
Yeah.
and I do trainings as well, and like I also have products for like other lash techs.
Wow.
But I really do enjoy teaching people not only like lashing, but kind of like just getting really intimate with them. You know,
Yeah.
like the behind the scenes, like kind of
Being a mentor.
Now being a mentor.
Yeah.
Not just lashing, but business wise.
And-
I am so mad I didn't know that before. Like,
Really?
Damn.
what? No, it's okay.
Damn.
But like, damn, that's great. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like no one does that. You might just be a lash tech, but like you're more than a lash
Yeah.
tech.
But it's really,
Yeah.
like I said, just adding things to your belt.
And
that's
she's
what
trained
matters.
hella people.
That's a
bro.
great boss quality.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I really
facts.
appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that makes her so much more credible because yeah, not only are you a great lash tech, but the fact that you can go out and teach people.
Yeah.
Because you know, like there people say like, okay, you knowing how to do it is not enough. Like if you don't know how to teach it to someone else, you don't know how to do
Yeah.
it. You don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and
Right.
honestly, like I've learned so much just teaching other people. Like I've learned so much that I literally apply to when I do these sets.
Yeah.
From teaching other people.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, I could
because
also do it this way.
walking
Yeah.
someone through it just makes it like, oh, I could just do this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to struggle doing whatever I
Yeah.
was doing.
So whether
You-
you want to teach, you want to do products, you want to do lashes, you want to do hair, just do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you just gotta do it. Because before I started teaching, I was like, oh my god, who's gonna take my course? What if I'm not that like credible? And
Right.
I just did it, and slowly but surely, I started
It
getting
came.
more, more
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it teaches you a lot.
It does.
Yes.
I was also gonna ask you, so I know when you first started lashing, you did it with someone else, but like compare and contrast like the differences. Like what's it like having like I know Sel works with you, but she's
Yeah.
more on like a manager
Yeah.
assistant.
Yeah.
But what about partner?
A
Do you know?
co-partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, like founder type shit. What's the difference that you learn from just being just CEO instead of being co-CEO?
Yeah. I feel like working with someone, you're never lonely, you know, and it's great. You guys bounce off of each other. But at the same time, I feel like both of you guys are going to have to pick up the slack of the other person, you know, and depending on the type of person that you are, I feel like there's followers and there's leaders, and there's nothing wrong with either of them. If you're a leader, like that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But I would consider myself more of a, I'm sorry, if you're a follower, that's fine. But I would consider myself more of a leader.
And two leaders could bump heads.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the other girl, I wish her the best. Like she's amazing. It just didn't work out. She's doing great herself. But
Yeah.
we both had very strong personalities, and I see we're both thriving separately, and we help each other. We talk.
Yeah.
It's all good
So who
vibes.
knows what would have happened if they were together?
Yeah.
Like it's like if they would have started and then down the line bumped heads down. It would have been worse to bump heads down the line
Yeah.
if you already have clients, a business. Because then people are gonna be like, why would you just separate? Like why don't you just stick it out?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. But It really just depends on the type of person you are. You know, some people they
Yeah.
want to start with somebody, and like that's great.
Yeah,
like I said.
but it's also like it depends on the business you're in, because in
Yeah.
some fields it benefits to have like a co-founder.
Yeah.
Because especially if you need capital type thing, it benefits to have someone else.
For
over
sure.
you.
That's true.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck.
No.
That was a fucking good episode.
It was. Thank you for having us.
Word, thank you, and thank you guys for viewing
Thanks
this
for
beautiful
watching.
video.
Thank you, everyone.
This is Break Room. Peace.